guys, Nick here, and welcome back to another Flash episode review. My thoughts on tonight's episode of Flash titled Escape from Earth 2. And this season is really starting to pick up. This episode, from start to finish, just like last week's, was freaking amazing. Everything about Earth 2 I've loved so far. Especially all the banter between all the Earth 2 characters and the Earth 1 characters. Seeing Earth 1 or Earth 2 Barry, his interactions with everyone, you can see how much more of a dork he is than our Barry. And seeing his relationship with Iris and seeing how much stronger of a character she is and how tough she is compared to him. And seeing the contrast between the two of them and the fact that they're married is, I don't know, part of it makes me happy. Seeing that and all the stuff with Zoom, we're finally seeing more of Zoom. And that's been my big complaint about the season, is that, like, for season 1 being as great as it was a lot to live up to, especially with the second season. And this season so far, I mean, for the first half, it felt like they're really sidetracked because they had to deal with all the Patty Spivot bullshit and all this other stuff that they felt they need to address. But watching tonight, the last couple episodes, just the focus of the season really seems clear to me now. You know, Zoom's, I feel terrified of Zoom and seeing his fucking claws and the way he, like, speeds in and out. And throughout the entire episode, there's a point where, like, I thought that Zoom was Jay Garrick, and that I thought the man who had, like, the helmet or mask on in his lair was the actual Jay Garrick, or I don't know. But then we see at the end of the episode, we see Jay get first of all get, like, stabbed basically by, like, Zoom's arm and pulled into the portal. So that was kind of a jaw-dropping moment for me. But again, seeing all this stuff on Earth 2, seeing Killer Frost. This is the best I've seen of Danielle Panabaker, who plays Caitlin Snow. Because I feel like this season especially, they've really underutilized her. They really made her boring and just, I don't know, when she's not, like, moping about, you know, Ronnie, she was just, like, all up on Jay Garrick. And I just feel like there's not I don't know. And then they haven't really done a whole lot with her outside of just being in Star Labs and all that stuff. So seeing her finally be Killer Frost, albeit it's a different version of the character, that makes me happy as a comic book fan, like, and knowing the lore of Killer Frost and her relationship with the Flash and all that stuff. And it's overall, like, this again was a really, really solid episode between, you know, seeing Barry and finally seeing more of Wells' daughter Jessie, who's supposed to be Jessie Quick, and it's still we're like almost towards the end of the season, and we still don't know if she has her speed or not. Because for those of you who don't know, Jessie in the show is based off the character Jessie Quick in the comics, who's a speedster, and she's a fellow superhero. I mean, her name's Jessie Quick, but yeah, we haven't seen her powers, but seeing her dynamic with Barry, even though it wasn't a whole lot, it was just them in the cells, and I really like seeing her in the show, because I feel like this show sometimes feels like a little lacking in its female characters, and I've gone on in the past about how I don't like how the writers have handled their female characters, but especially in this episode, I liked how the writers handled both versions of Iris, and having Iris come in, and first of all introducing her new boss, who's like a dick, and like he's like, oh, he's basically like waiting for the Flash to fail, and that's really stupid. I'm not gonna like that storyline, I already know. But seeing how she's, like, also trying to inspire Jay and get him to become the Flash, even though Barry's gone, she wants the people to look up to someone and know that there's someone's there who's gonna save them. And it's really seeing Jay in this episode finally be the Flash, but at this point, I still feel like there's more to Jay than Misa, because I still feel like there's a darker side to Jay that we haven't seen, that he could be tied in with Zoom, and we all know what's going on. Because, I mean, this show's thrown little twists like that, and I wouldn't be surprised if they try to pull something like that. But what else? Definitely Cisco, as always, and seeing him trying to connect to Killer Frost, because he obviously is close to Caitlin on Earth 1, and seeing him try to humanize Killer Frost in the way that, you know, he thinks he knows her. And while Killer Frost is a different Caitlin Snow, he is trying to, like connect to that human part of her that she doesn't want to address. And I don't know, just seeing this episode, it felt like really fast paced. Like, every time there was a commercial break, I got annoyed, because it's like I want to know what's gonna happen next. And like I said, like, I love pretty much everything about this episode. Not much I really didn't like. Actually, the only thing I didn't like was the same thing I didn't like last week's episode, was the stupid villain of the week, Geomancer. There's really no point to have him there. You could have thrown in any other villain, but they had to have some guy who all of a sudden has some like vendetta against the Flash, and he wants to kill the Flash, and somehow he tracks them at Star Labs, and they take him out right away. And it's like, what was the point of having him there? Just so the city can be in danger? Like, I just felt that was kind of stupid. You know, that's why, like, I for a while I was okay with the idea of the villain of the week, but seeing it's been played out so many times on all these different shows between Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, even in Smallville was like the king of like villain of the week because they had their metahuman of the week or their freak of the week. So the villain of the week, I feel like, is just something that the writers have gone back to when they don't know what to do with the rest of the episode. Because the rest of the episode I really, really enjoyed, if you guys already can tell. But yeah, just that was my only minor gripe. Other than that, like I've said before, this was a really, really great episode. Setting up things for the rest of the season. I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen with, you know, Zoom and how that's going to figure itself out now that the final breach has been closed. And definitely seeing that, you know, like everyone's there, you know, Wells and his daughter and, you know, obviously minus Jay. And seeing what Barry's going to do to stop Zoom, I mean, who knows at this point? Like, I really can't know. I can't begin to guess. But, with that being said, I think that's going to be it for me. I'm really looking forward to next week's episode when they're finally bringing back King Shark. And they're bringing Diggle and Lila in from Arrow, so that's going to be fun, hopefully. But yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. So if you guys like what you see here, go ahead and hit subscribe below. I review all these superhero shows every week. I review Supergirl on Mondays, Flash obviously on Tuesdays, Arrow on Wednesdays, and Legend of Tomorrow on Thursdays, and a bunch of other videos and stuff in between. If you guys go check that out on my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. If you guys liked the episode, go and let me know in the comment section below. If you guys didn't like it, also let me know in the comment section. So yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. So until next time, have a good one.